Nerd Reactor, roll out.
Well, I just wanted to say first, congratulations on an incredible performance with Miss
Thank you.
Marvel. We have with
Thank you.
us Mehwish Hayat from Miss Marvel, guys, at Nerd Reactor. My name is Sabeen, also known as the Hijabi founder, and we're just so happy to have you here. This is so
Thank
amazing.
you, Sabeen. I think I've been seeing your comments as well under the posts, and
Yes.
thank you for
Yes.
all the support and for
Of
all the love.
course, of course, I have to. I mean, I just want to say, as a South Asian Muslim girl, I look up to you. The role of Aisha was just incredible, especially for us women, South Asian women. I think is such an incredibly strong role. And I just want to say, you look absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
Mashallah, you're welcome. And so let's just get started on some questions that we had here at Nerd Reactor. I wanted to know what drew you to the role of Aisha, and what made you think that, okay, this is something I have to do?
I mean, everything about Aisha was so fascinating. The mystery around her and the fact that she plays Kamala's great grandmother, where the bangle originated, where did it all start from, how me being a clandestine fall in love with the human being, and then that's when Sana is born, and then the generation starts. So I think it was just so beautiful, her story, and the fact that she's such a strong character, but at the same time, she has her own vulnerabilities. There is this aspect to her personality that is different than other clandestines. So I think playing that role and seeing that she has so many shades, I mean, it was such, as an artist, it was a challenge and such a delight to be able to play her.
Oh, wonderful. And it came through. It really came through on screen. We understood the nuances of her role, and it was just amazing. So thank you so
Oh,
much for
thank
doing
you.
that role, and just really, I mean, it's just all of the articles and all of the love that you received, well deserved. I mean, it's about time. It's about time. So I
Thank
love
you.
that. You're
Thank you.
welcome. My next
Sabine, I
question.
think a lot of people audition for it, but I think it really the credit should be given to the casting people who actually selected my audition tape and were like, okay, she is the perfect Aisha, and I'm so glad that I was able to do justice to her role. Thank you.
Oh, oh, absolutely. And yeah, we know our girl Sarah at Marvel, casting director, she's always on point with that casting. So
Yeah.
so we're always so grateful to her, but we're grateful that you decided that you would audition for it, because I know that in our community there's always this whole stigma around comic books and pop culture and nerdiness. So I really appreciate that you did that, and you broke the stereotype that we could be nerdy and we could be beautiful and we can be
Yeah,
amazing and smart and strong, everything. So
absolutely.
I love
Absolutely.
that. I love that. So just going off that, how was it working with people like Kevin Feige and Sana Amanat? Was the set like collaborative, or how was it?
So Kevin Feige, I never met him until the premiere, but I knew he was obviously supervising everything. And Sana Amanat is such a joy to be with and such a force to reckon with. I mean, the fact that she knew this from the get go, she understood each character, and as somebody who's written it, somebody who's lived with it for so long, I mean, I always looked up to her to understand more about Aisha. And I remember having extensive discussions with her and Jenna on board, and we would just sit there and talk, and she would make sure that I'm comfortable and that I know about Aisha and the story inside out. And I think it was more of a collaborative effort where she made me and all the other actors so comfortable. I mean, her energy, her vibe, and the fact that she owned it so beautifully and made us own it. I think hats off to her for actually doing this. And she was living this dream for so long, and she actually, it's her hard work that actually, that all tied in, and Miss Marvel happened. I think she needs to be given the credit for that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just I got to meet her at the premiere and it was incredible. I also met you at the premiere and told you that you looked beautiful. I didn't know what your role was going to be, so I didn't
I
have
know,
anything else
right?
to say,
And at the
but
premiere, I was not even allowed to say anything other than the fact that I play Aisha. And even that, I was told that before the premiere that, okay, you can say your
oh wow.
character's name. So they were actually keeping Aisha's character under wraps, and they really didn't want people to know about it. And I think for all the right reasons, because when I watched the show, I realized that they wanted to keep this mystery and the suspense around her, and then the fact that it unfolds and there's a build up until there's episode 5. So I think it was, they're very smart. I mean, I learned so much in the process, honestly.
100%. So that's so wonderful that you said that the set was collaborative, especially with Sana Amanat. I know this is like her baby, her heart and soul, and I'm a huge fan of the comics itself, Miss Marvel, and so I have her the comic with her name in it, everything. And so when I saw her, I was starstruck. When I saw you guys, I was starstruck. I mean, I know you from Pakistani movies, so I was like, why is she here? Like, what's happening? Oh my God. So I'm just like, I think they did so well with that. And you're right, just the way they kept it like a mystery about her, that was just wonderful. So of course they know what they're doing at Marvel.
Absolutely.
But anything that you wanted that made it in the show that you said that maybe we should do this, and it ended up getting in?
Not really. Everything was, like I said, collaborative. So even with Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy being the director on set for our episodes, I mean, her attention to detail and the authenticity that she brought to the story, which was, so close to all of us, with me, with Nimra, with Samina Appa, and everyone. I mean, and Sharmeen and Sana and Jenna, they were such a powerful team on the set, and so many other wonderful ladies who were actually helping us create this show, and from all parts of the world. I mean, it was such a beautiful experience for me, and the kind of collaboration that was there. I mean, if there was anything that I would feel that, okay, does this work, or do you think I should do this? And they would actually let me come up with something and then see, okay, yeah, this is working or this is not working. So it was about taking everyone along with you and not being so rigid and being like, okay, I know it, so this is how it's going to happen. It was never like that. It was such a family environment, and like a team, a great team. And honestly, I was living my dream, and I think I'm spoiled now. I want to work more.
Yes, I mean, and it showed through on screen. It showed through on screen that you guys were, family. That's incredible and so important for the show. Oh my goodness, that message was important. And so moving on to then family, you got to work with Fawad Khan. Had you worked with him before?
No, I hadn't.
How was that?
Imagine it took us a Hollywood project to work together. But both of us were busy in our own with our own work, and a lot of people would ask me, why do you not work with Fawad Khan? And a lot of people would ask Fawad, why do you not work with Mehwish Hayat? And this was supposed to happen with Miss Marvel, where people actually saw us together for the first time, and the chemistry was fire. I mean, if I say so myself. And so I get to know him more, and during the shoot, and he got to know so much about me, and both of us were so happy and so pleased to be working together and doing all those intense scenes. I mean, it's very important to have somebody you share your screen with who's equally passionate about their work and professional, and it was about building those scenes together. And I think there was this strange comfort level, which obviously credit goes to Sana and Sharmeen and Jenna for making us sit down and have these reading sessions way before we started shooting. So I think there was this bond that was formed, and I think that really reflected on the screen. It was wonderful working with him.
Yes, I mean, again, huge fan of you, huge fan of Fawad Khan. It was a dream to see that. I was just like, this is wonderful, and like you said, it was just meant to be, because it was such a great role, and you guys had such a great chemistry, like you said, for sure. And everybody has been just blown away by that and how that came across the screen. So again, wonderful. That's just amazing. And so you guys both had to do a tough scene with the train station scene about the partition. And I know that whole episode was just so risky, as Sana Amanat kept saying. But I think it was important, it was necessary, and
Absolutely.
it spoke to everyone. It spoke to me, obviously, as South Asian, but it also educated the masses in such an incredible way. So how was that working on the scene for the train station?
It was quite moving, Sabeen. It was the sequence itself was so intense, and such an important part of our history. Partition, like Kamala's brother says, every Pakistani family has a partition story. And to be in that environment on the set, I grew up hearing all these stories from my mother about my grandparents and great grandparents, and all of that. Just hearing about it, reading about it, studying about it is different. But as an actor, being there around those people, the significance that the trains have, and all the history attached to that episode, where how people died, so many people died, so many families got separated, and so much happened. It literally moved me to tears a couple of times, where I was like, wow, I mean, this is what my ancestors also went through. And how it was just such a difficult time, and not so long ago, 75 years ago. So being able to play, to actually act in those scenes was difficult. And for us, obviously, it has great significance. But for the Western audience, it was something they didn't even know that happened. So for them to learn more about us and about this very important period in history, I think it was a double win, because for us, we could connect. There are so many youngsters who don't really know about it, and especially the ones that are living abroad, that are not taught about it or not told about it. But now all of them are questioning and wanting to know more, get into more details, and even the human part of it, like the fact that the Western audience can actually understand and see what this whole nation went through, this painful time. I mean, it's just so amazing. And I think Marvel and the show creators need to be given the credit for actually bringing this up. I never thought that a story about partition would be showcased on a mainstream Hollywood project. So it, I think, was a brilliant idea. And for bringing that up and shooting it with such attention to detail and authenticity. I know about so many people that didn't know anything about our culture. They're asking for more references, for more detail, for more shows or books that actually can tell them more about it. And then the ones that know about it were like, even my mother, she was like, this is exactly how it happened. And then this happened and that happened. And my nephews and nieces were like fascinated and wanted to know more. So it's just opening up this new door for people to understand more and to relate with us, and also connect on a human level. I think it was painful but beautiful.
Absolutely. And that's what came across for me. Me and my husband. So my husband's from Bangladesh. I'm from India. So already we had like this difference in the house, and we were watching it and we were just like, whoa, we talk about this on the dinner table with our families, everything. I grew up with my great grandmother who lived through it, and just hearing that and then just seeing it on a Marvel show that is supposed to be so important to the Marvel universe was incredible and moving. And like you said, it brought families together. Now we were all discussing it and we were all talking about it, that we've never, in a way that we haven't before. And and then people asking questions, right? Like all over social media, people being like, oh my God, I never knew about the partition. And it's sad that the Western history in schools doesn't teach this. But like I made sure growing up that I took a course on South Asian history and politics, because I was like, I need to know my history. I need to know my background.
Wow.
So so for me it was like yes, accurate. I was able to speak on it and be like, this is what it was. I mean, honestly, obviously they didn't show all of the brutality that had happened, but just being a Muslim from India, like, wow, that hit me like so hard. I was like, this is wonderful. So thank you again. I know that had to be so difficult to do, but you guys just flawless.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
There was somebody who commented saying, a few people said that, we couldn't, just one episode taught us what so many books, and nobody could teach us at school. Only one episode could do that. I mean, that's the power of media, and that's the power of the job that we do as artists and as show creators and as directors and producers. I mean, this is the magic, right? You bring people together, but at the same time you bring so much awareness and so many things that no one knows existed, but now they know, and then they want to know more. I think it was just amazing.
Exactly. And going off what you just said about sending messages, with this role of Aisha, what message did you want to convey? I was like, okay, this is it. This is what I want everyone to know and learn from my portrayal of Aisha.
Well, her character herself, which is Kamala's great grandmother, where the bangle actually came from, and how a human being and a clandestine falling in love and creating this beautiful baby and this whole generation of strong women. So I think one message that I would say Aisha would love for people to take along with them is that she owned her um, vulnerabilities as well as strengths, and she, as a strong woman, made her own choices, and she knew what she wanted in her life, and she even sacrificed her life for her family. So such a strong woman, such an incredible character, and I think even a modern woman from today can relate with her and can learn so much from her. So I think the fact that she always knew what she wanted. She didn't follow the rules, but she followed her heart. I think that's what the message, what Aisha's message would be.
That's
To the people.
amazing. That's amazing. And I think it came across beautifully. And so will we be seeing you again in the MCU? Do you know? I mean, I know you said you'd love to, but I don't know. Can you tell us
Mm.
anything?
I mean, I have no idea. Honestly, I have been asked this question. I'm being asked this question a lot. That is there going to be a season two? Is there going to be a prequel? Do we get to see what Aisha's story was? How do the Red Daggers, Waleed knew about Aisha and her bangle? And when she says that this bangle's not going to work, when she tells Najma, I mean, how did Aisha know that it's not going to work? So there's so much that's still left unanswered, so many mystery, and so much. So I know there's a lot of ambiguity around her. If the show creators want to, I mean, they can really do so much. But at the same time, I mean, nobody really dies in the MCU, I heard.
Mhm.
So you never know.
Never know. We're keeping hope. We're praying that we get more of you in the MCU. That would be amazing. And
keep
then
tagging Marvel pages saying we want Aisha back. We want
yes.
Aisha back. I mean,
Okay,
that's the
guys.
power we have, power of social media.
Yes. Okay, guys. Hashtag bring Aisha back. Let's do it. Let's trend it.
Yes.
Let's do it, guys. And speaking of though, of your roles as superheroes, people want you to play Wonder Woman. I would absolutely 100% support that, encourage that. I actually made a poll in my stories being like, guys, what do you think? Would you support her as Wonder Woman? And I got a huge response. Like this huge percentage of people were like, yes, 100%, let's make her a Wonder Woman, or make her at least one of the Amazonian women in Wonder Woman.
Ooh.
Can you
Ooh,
believe
ooh.
that? That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was reading all these comments, Sabeen, on Twitter and on Instagram, and I fan cast her as Wonder Woman, and not just one. Just like you said, you did a poll. I mean, there were so many comments about it. It was really flattering, and I mean, why not?
Yes, that's what I wanted to hear. Yes, it would be amazing. It would be. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Because I honestly, like, people already put you in the outfit, editing you into the outfit, and I'm like,
And the comparison, I was like, damn. I even myself, I was like,
I mean, I'm telling you, I think it's something we're gonna manifest this. We're gonna put it out there.
Oh
And
yes,
hashtag
please.
let's make Mehwish Hayat the Wonder Woman. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I would love it so much. It would be incredible. So I'm glad you're positive about it, because that makes it easier, because then we'd be like, okay, she wants to do it. We could support it. We could, like you said, power of
Yeah,
social media. So
absolutely.
wow, would be so amazing. And so like as a South Asian in media doing for me, I do mostly cosplay bounding. My friend John at Reactor said that he wanted me to do this interview because I'm such a huge fan of yours in the show. And so I got this opportunity. So what message do you have? What advice or what do you help to inspire and people and women who are South Asian women who are in media, who possibly want to become actresses or want to be, create in the creative space? What kind of advice do you have for us?
I mean, I would say follow your dreams and believe in yourself, because that's what I did. All I did was work hard and never shy away from working really hard. And whatever I would take up, I would always think, how can I make it better because I'm doing it? What can I do to make it even better? And being a perfectionist, I think it comes naturally to me, where it's a blessing and a curse. But at the same time, as long as you give your 100% to whatever you do, there is no way it is going to go unnoticed. I mean, there will come a time when you will be paid off for all your hard work and your dedication and honesty. I think it's very important to never lose sight of your dreams. And there will be people that would want to bring you down, that will tell you otherwise, that you can't do it, or you're not cut for this or that. I mean, from my experience, I've had to face so many, there were so many instances when people would be like, oh, you can't do this. Oh yeah, she's doing this, but she can't get to this. But I didn't pay attention to that. All I did was work hard and harder with every project. And look where it landed me. I mean, out of nowhere, it was a project that I was being part of. That is the biggest franchise in Hollywood. Who would have thought that a girl from Karachi? If I would tell this to my younger self back then, I'd be like, come on, are you serious? But dreams do come true, and hard work does pay off as long as you stay determined. Just keep your blinders on and stay focused. And there will come a time when you'll be like, wow, I need to pinch myself because this is happening,
That's me right now, by the way. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm talking to Mehwish Hayat. Okay. So wonderful. So wonderful. You are part of so many other people's dreams from the show. I mean, so many people are like, we wanted this so much, having a South Asian, like an actress from the Pakistani film industry portraying such an important character. So you've been part of so many people's dreams come true. So congratulations.
Absolutely, Sabeen. And imagine the fact that me and also other Pakistani actors were able to perform at this global platform. Imagine how many doors it's going to open for the artists back home, and how much confidence it gives to the Western audiences to cast people from Pakistan. I mean, it never happened before, but now finally, with all the diversity and all this new global climate, where it is about adding people from different parts of the world. We were neglected for so long, but now with Miss Marvel, and I hope there are more shows like this, we can really, we'll be back on the map with all our amazing talented people back home. And and as well as directors. I mean, Sharmeen was there, and there are so many other writers and directors and actors that should be on the global platform. And inshallah, with this, so much is going to happen, which is positive.
Yes, and I did want to tell you my story. Miss Marvel was the first event that Marvel invited me to. And I've been working for almost 3 to 4 years on content creation and just advertising on my end. I'm trying to bring more hijabi and South Asian to pop culture merchandise advertising. So all of this stuff that you see promoting these items.
I was gonna ask, where's the Aisha action figure?
I'm waiting for it. It's on pre-order. I'm on it. I'm waiting for it. I was like, I need all of them.
Oh my God. Me too.
Yes, you need it. Yeah. Oh, they should be sending it to you. I mean, it needs to happen like right now. But yeah, so like I've been able to work with some brands and doing some advertisement for them, been on some websites. Like you never see a hijabi person on websites for advertising outfits or clothing or anything like that. And so I was like, but there's so many of us who love pop culture, who love these things. We need to be able to see ourselves in people so we can buy these things and we can support. And so Miss Marvel was the first opportunity that I got to actually go on the red carpet, meet everyone.
That is so beautiful.
Isn't it?
So
And
inspiring.
it, I just wanted to tell you that you guys have done it. Like, it's happening. People are seeing us and they're giving us the opportunity. I think even more than that, it's inspiring people like us to actually try, to actually get out there and put ourselves out there so that we can talk about these things and we can promote these things. So just
Yeah.
inspirational and amazing. I just wanted you to know that. Yes,
Oh,
for
thank you. And
sure.
I think it was very beautiful when I saw a hijabi on the show, Nakia,
This is my hijab style
endorsing it.
inspired by
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
And I got
Oh.
the earrings that she was wearing too.
Oh,
I love
wow.
her. I love her so much.
I
Oh
mean,
my
yes,
gosh.
I love the scenes at the mosque and the fact that she's so brave and she has her own voice and she's a
Yes.
strong character. I loved it. I mean,
Yes.
hats off to the show creators, to Sana,
Yes.
to all the writers, and
Yes.
Kevin Feige. I mean, yeah, you asked me earlier that if you met him. So I met him at the premiere, and I'll tell you a funny story. My nephew and they're big fanboys of Marvel, so they have been following all of these characters and this universe and everything. So yeah, first of all, I'm a very cool aunt now because now I am part of the Marvel universe. But apart from that, when I was invited to the premiere, and I had kept quiet for the last 2 years about my participation in the project and acting in it. So when I was invited, I was so excited. I told my nephew, "Hey, listen, I'm invited to the premiere. I'm going to meet Kevin Feige." And he turned around and said, "He might not be there." I said, "Why not?" He said, "He wasn't there for WandaVision. He wasn't there for Moon Knight. He doesn't go for the TV shows premieres." I was so disappointed. I said, "Okay, but maybe he might be there." He said, "Yeah, maybe, but from the past two shows, he hasn't been there." I was like, "Okay." So I wasn't expecting to see him there at the red carpet. But when I did, I got so excited. I told my team, "I want to say hello to him. I want to meet him." And they said, "Okay." And he was, having a conversation with somebody. And then once he was done, this team member went to him and said, "Hi, Kevin, how are you? This is Mehwish. He plays Aisha." And he was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. How are you doing? You were amazing in the show." And the fact that he applauded me and acknowledged my work, and yeah, and there was this Louis Despacito, one of the executive producers on the show, and he said, "But in fact, he's a fan." I was like, "What?" I
Oh my
wanted
goodness.
to pinch myself, and I literally had to actually pinch myself that, oh, am I dreaming or is it real? Or if it's a dream, don't wake me up, please. So yeah, that was one of the highlights of the premiere for me, to actually meet Kevin Feige and to actually hear good words about myself. I mean, yeah, I was gonna cry.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I
But,
definitely had a chance to tell him too, to be like, thank you so much for Miss Marvel. Thank you so much for believing in this
yes,
project.
yes.
And he was like, I can't wait for you to see more. And I was like, there's more. Oh my goodness, there's more. I got that little
Yeah.
nugget from Kevin Feige that there's more. And
Oh, I
I
hope so
cannot
too.
wait. I cannot
Oh
wait.
yeah, because I told him that thank you for doing this, because
Yes.
you have no idea what it means to us Muslims and Pakistanis. This is what was needed, and I think hats off to him and the
Absolutely.
entire team.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Can't say enough. Can't say enough. What a wonderful thing. It's been such a pleasure. It's been such an honor to talk with you and to
Thank
get
you,
these.
Sabeen.
Oh my gosh. And I hope to see more from you of everywhere. I mean, I know you're
Inshallah.
promoting, inshallah, you're promoting an amazing Pakistani movie recently, so good luck with all of that. And I'm gonna
Thank
go
you.
watch it, I swear, soon. I'm gonna go
Please
do
do.
watch
Please
it
do.
and show my husband too. And I'm still teaching him Urdu, so let's see. And
Oh,
subtitles is what
but
would be
can you
great.
speak Urdu? Can you
Oh
speak
yes,
Urdu?
I can. Yes,
Oh, excellent, excellent.
yes.
So, Sabeen, the subtitles, some of them are messed up. So,
Oh, I
just giving you a
know.
heads up
Oh, I know.
that just make sure you translate for him a bit,
Oh, I always do.
because some subtitles are all over the place. So,
They're
yeah,
not
just giving
nice.
you a heads
They
up.
mess up the sweetness of what's being said. Like even with Bollywood movies, I'm like, that's not what they're saying, and I have to pause it
Yeah.
and like explain it to him. Even the music in Miss Marvel is so incredible,
Oh
and
my
in
God. Yes.
so good. So Tujum, right? That was at the end of the credits of that
Oh,
episode,
yeah.
And I listened to it like 5 times in the car ride yesterday. And my husband's like, wow, this sounds beautiful. I was like, let me explain to you how amazing this song is and how
Oh my
Abida
God.
Parveen is
It's so
queen.
mystical. Oh
Like,
yes. Oh yes.
amazing. I
Oh,
grew up
yes.
on Abida Parveen, like Qawalis and
Oh,
all
I
of that
love
stuff.
Abida ji. Oh my
She's
God.
amazing. She's
Oh yeah.
amazing. So
She's gonna be touring soon. She's gonna be touring
oh
to go.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to go to that. Awesome.
Inshallah.
Wonderful. Okay, well, wow, wonderful.
We
Yes,
can
it's
go
so
on
great. We
for
could
the whole day.
for a whole day. I know my Zoom is telling me I have 8 minutes left, and I'm like, but we're having such a great conversation. But
Yeah.
hopefully we can continue now that you know what my Instagram handle is.
Absolutely.
And if you
I'm
ever
gonna
find
follow you
yourself,
back.
oh my gosh,
Yeah.
would be a dream come true. And if you ever find yourself in Los Angeles, please do let me know. That's where I am. And I'd love to.
I am coming to LA for the screening of my movie. Would you want to come?
I would love to come. 100%.
Okay, perfect. I'll let
Bring
you know
my
where the
husband.
screening is. Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes.
Done. So I'll see you in LA
Done.
then.
I will see you in
Done.
LA. Let's do it. I will see you so
Awesome.
soon.
Awesome.
Oh my.
All right.
Can I call you Mehwish Baji? Is that okay? Because I'm like,
Yeah, or call me.
our
Call me
culture.
Mev. Or Mev Api. Yeah.
Api, I love it. Mev
Api is
Api.
nice. Yeah.
Api. I love it. I love it. It's because I don't know, in our culture, we're always like,
Yeah, right.
we don't want to just call you by your name. There's always some kind of, respect. You have to give it. You have to give it. So wonderful.
Lovely.
All right, Mev Api. I will see you soon in LA. Mwah.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much
See
for
you.
everything.
Take
Thank you
care.
for your time. And we thank you at Nerd Reactor.